Hello together. I'm pleased to welcome you to the Theben NewsTalk today. Unfortunately, not personally, because the Light and Building was postponed and we do it digitally today. But there are still innovations and new products, and we want to show you a few things today. And if you need personal information, please get in touch via your partners in your region. To warm up, let's start with a highlight. Let's start with the real classic eltimo socket time switch with a weekly or with an Astro program. After around 200,000 devices had been sold, it was time for modernization. But to do this, we not only put the eltimo in a stylish new housing, but above all, we equipped it with our top 3 operation philosophy. This means, like all top 3 devices, the eltimo can now be programmed using the buttons on the device, the Obelisk PC software, or the Obelisk app. The result is transmitted to the timer via Bluetooth stick. It couldn't be easier or safer. So, something new from our business unit control. You may have heard of our OKTO impulse switch. OKTO can also be seen as the little brother of the LPAS staircase timer. Impulse switches are used to switch the light normally in hallways, in corridors, and using several buttons. The OKTO enables high LED switching loads up to 600 watts, and they are available in electromechanical or in a quiet electronic version. A simple but exciting new product, which I also made a video tutorial for, by the way. Very interesting to mention, we are also very happy about the addition to our family of presence detectors, the LUXA 103 presence detector. Mona, our product manager, brought us the new LUXA 103 presence detector series today. Mona, tell me, what is new by this series?
Hi Markus, I think there's a lot about this new product family. I think most important is that we can get with this super flat device a detection area of 12 meters. But this is not everything. We can use this device for offices, for meeting rooms, or also for different rooms like toilets. But in addition to this flat version, we also have implemented a LUXA 103 corridor sensor. So with the corridor sensor, you can cover a detection range of 28 by 5 meters, which is perfect for long hallways.
This sounds good, very good. That means you need fewer detectors and you save costs and installation time. And the LUXA 103 looks so great.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think they have really turned into small jewels. But the most important thing for this device is that you can use it in suspended ceilings with the springs, but you can use the same device also without the springs for installation in surface-mounted boxes. So this is not everything from our new product range. We also have surface devices, and the surface devices are available in white, gray, and black.
And thanks. And what is the first terminal block for?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, Markus. The first terminal block is our combination clamp. So you can imagine if there is the need to increase the detection area, you can cover a second LUXA 103 device to this clamp, or even one of our wall detectors, theMura. But if this is not required, you can also use this clamp for a push button input. So with the push button, you can override the automatic function of our detectors, or you can use a semi-automatic function.
And what about the LED switching loads?
LUXA 103 is able to switch 400 watt LEDs, and this is tested by our very strict Theben standard. This means 40,000 switching cycles, which is double the regular product standard. And in addition, our device has IP54 rating, which also offers us the possibility to install the device in red rooms or in outdoor areas.
Okay, so visually, the LUXA 103 convinced me already. And the features are great. And what about assembling and commissioning? Be honest, Mona. How easy is it to get the LUXA 103 up and running?
Marcus, I promise, installers do not need a lot of time. It's quite easy to install the devices, and it's also easy and fast for doing the wiring. And in addition, you can either use the potentiometers on our devices for doing the setups, or you can just stay on the floor and use one of our regular remote controls to sender.
LUXA 103 defines a new standard in the presence detector category. Now we come to another highlight in the field of lighting control, the optical presence detector thePixa.
Imagine you are an architect and you are designing a commercial building. Shops and stores on the lower floors and open plan offices on the upper floors. Your property developer needs a flexible presence detector, open to the future and platform resistant. Imagine you are a planner and you are planning a different company for each floor, each with different usage plans which are constantly changing. You cannot see into the future, but you can plan a presence detector that does justice to everyone. Imagine you are a KNX system integrator and you swear by a KNX presence detector that is easy to install, easy to program and versatile in functionality. It can be mounted on the ceiling and can be precisely adjusted via an app.
Mona, Theben won an Innovation Award for thePixa. What makes thePixa so special?
Marcus, I think the most important thing to know is that thePixa is not only able to detect persons, it is also able to count them. And in addition, thePixa is able to have very specific, different selectable zones in its detection area.
Can you explain the detection zones in more detail?
For sure. For each thePixa you can do 6 individual zones. This gives us the opportunity to have a very good light control in each of these zones. And in addition, it's quite flexible if the room use changes.
So that I can get a better idea of this, let's take a look at it in the thePixa plug app. Looks great. Isn't personal data collected there as well?
No, you don't have to worry. Persons are not detected as persons. They are just shown as squares, as pixels. And therefore, our thePixa is working according to the GDPR standard.
Innovative and simple. I like it. Who needs thePixa?
Oh, there are many people who need the thePixa. For example, architects, planners, system integrators, owners or owners of shops. Because with the thePixa you can do a heat map and then you can see where is the perfect positioning for your most important products in a shop. And in addition, thePixa also helps in open space offices to have a clear differentiation between floors and open desk areas. And not only that you do not have a lot of false triggering because the detection zones interfere, which was usually the case with previous technologies, thePixa also delivers you more information about how many desks are occupied. So you can use the space you have in your office building perfectly efficient. And of course, in addition, you save energy because the light is only switched on if it's required.
Work more productively and more happily via lighting control? Installed as simply as broadcast. Is that possible? Absolutely. with the DALI-2 Room Solution from Theben. The DALI-2 Room Solution is a complete solution consisting of presence detectors, push-button interfaces, and switch actuators. You can seamlessly integrate DALI-2 components and gain maximum freedom of design. Commissioning and control is done conveniently via the DALI-2 RS Plug app. The HCL function can be used in individual offices, open plan offices, and meeting rooms to imitate the progression of daylight, while RGBW light enables creative color design. Create individual light scenes for more concentration or relaxation, and program time-controlled functions, orientation light and set point reduction to reduce energy consumption. In this way, you create a pleasant working environment and increase the productivity and satisfaction of your employees. In addition, the constant light control reduces electricity costs. Complete, open and flexible. Simple as broadcast with the DALI-2 Room Solution from Theben.
How can you implement individual DALI-2 lighting controls with HCL functionality, RGB light and time-controlled functions? Let's ask Mona how and if this works.
Markus, yes, of course, this works with our new DALI-2 Room Solution. The new DALI-2 Room Solution contains different products. The most important one is the presence detector, Theronda. But we also have presence sensors in our portfolio to extend the detection range of the system. And in addition, we also have a new push-button interface, which is introduced into the market right now, and an actuator. All these 4 different products are sufficient to realize all the functionalities you mentioned in your introduction. HCL lighting, colored light, and of course the time-controlled functionalities.
Keyword HCL, human-centric lighting. Human-centric lighting provides the user with biology effective light for the respective life or work simulation. Their health, well-being and concentration are supported also individual adjustable via scenes. Where does it still make sense to use it?
Yeah, as you already mentioned, HCL lighting function is very important for concentration. But concentration is not only a topic if you are at work. Concentration is also important for classrooms or auditoriums in universities. If we have an HCL functionality in these rooms, we can support the students with perfect light, for example, during their exams. And as you already mentioned, it's also having an impact on health. And where can health be more important than in hospitals or care homes? I think it is very important to make people feel comfortable to get well soon. And I think that's something that we really like to support.
Mona, sounds very exciting, but also complicated. We will now take a closer look how the DALI-2 Room Solution can be operated via the DALI-2 app.
Das Geniale an der Lösung ist, dass die Inbetriebnahme Parametrierung äußerst einfach und intuitiv über die App DALI-2 RS Plug erfolgt. Das Tablet und der Präsenzmelder kommunizieren bidirektional über Bluetooth. Damit lassen sich sämtliche Parameter und auch die Anlagekonfiguration einfach auslesen. Zudem lassen sich die Firmware-Updates der Melder einfach aufspielen. In die DALI-2 Room Solution können auch DALI-2-Komponenten anderer Hersteller integriert werden. Damit gewinnen Planer und Elektroinstallateure maximale Offenheit und Gestaltungsfreiheit. Mit der DALI-2-Zertifizierung schützen Bauherren ihre Investitionen.
Many thanks to you, Mona.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be here with you.
Thanks. Pleasure. Also a pleasure for me. But let's stay with the subject of DALI and build a bridge to another important standard in building automation technology. KNX. KNX. The connecting element, there are the DALI gateways and the DALI actuators. I would like to say a warm welcome to Tino Schleich, our product manager on this subject.
Hi Markus. Yes, that's right. The DALI gateways connect worlds. namely the DALI lighting control and the KNX building automation.
Tino, which devices do you presenting today?
We have one highlight, which is a 4-channel DALI broadcast actuator. You can control up to 30 DALI control gears per channel, and it's also possible to control the DALI control gears in color and in color temperature according to DALI device type 8.
Tino, what is actually the advantage of broadcast?
The biggest advantage of broadcast communication is that there is no need to do an addressing or grouping of the DALI control gears, which simplifies the commissioning and maintenance significantly.
Tino, sounds very exciting. What else do we have to offer?
We have another new gateway, which is a DALI gateway P64 KNX. It is a so-called Multimaster application controller, and with one channel we can control up to 64 DALI control gears, and we can connect up to 8 DALI-2 brightness and motion sensors. The gateways comes also with a timer module and an effect module included for sequence control, for example, and an integrated web server for the DALI commissioning.
Super, Tino. With KNX, the question of data security is becoming more and more common. What can you say about this?
Of course, the new devices following KNX Data Secure standard, which ensures protected communication and prevent from manipulation from external.
Many thanks, Timo. Another question about KNX. If KNX is expanded in the building, RF modules are often used to save the wiring. Theben has now optimized the existing KNX RF actuators. What exactly has improved?
First and foremost, we have massively increased the transmission power of the devices.
What does it mean exactly?
The transmission power has been increased by a whopping 200%, which means in a practical way that we had extended the range of 100%.
Perfect. Which KNX RF actuators can do that?
Everyone we have in our range, which are switching actuators, dimming actuators, heating actuator, blind actuator, and also a push button interface.
Interesting. How does radio communication works?
With our KNX radio actuators, we are using a system mode, and we are communicating on 868.3 MHz, following the KNX standard RF1.R and LBT method, which is included with the radio devices, ensures that there is no collision of transmitted commands.
And what about data security during the transmission?
Yeah, good question. General, all radio devices are housed in a so-called domain, and only the devices which are within the same domain can exchange information with each other. Additionally, on top, the Theben radio actuators provides a secure communication following the KNX Data Secure standard.
Great. So Theben offers a wide range of KNX RF actuators and absolute data secure. You have to test them. Staying with KNX, let's talk about a very special family of our DIN rail actuators. Let's come to the Mix2 actuators. It's always said that the Mix does it. This also applies to the Mix2 actuators. And what is so special about it? Tell us, we are very excited.
Yeah, the special thing about the Mix actuators is that we have the possibility to combine different devices with different functions. So in principle, you always have one basic module which can be extended with up to 2 extension modules. For example, the basic module can be a dimming actuator, and you can extend it with a blinds actuator, and the second extension is a heating actuator, for example. And by this, we have the possibility to create tailored solution for each room and each use.
That means I'm more flexible with Mix2 actuators, and I can mix and match the functionalities. What other advantages do I have if I use the Mix2 actuators?
Another benefit of the Mix actuator is the removable bus coupler. So you have the possibility to remove the bus coupler, and you have also the possibility to update, for example, existing devices with the new KNX Data Secure standard, or if needed, if a device has to be replaced, we have the possibility to use still the old bus coupler with the new device, and there is no need for a complete reprogramming.
Oh, a clear advantage in terms of investment security. But Tino, what does other advantages?
Another advantage is that since only the base module has a bus coupling unit, we reduce the number of devices which are connected to a KNX line, and we reduce also the system devices which are needed in this line. And by this, we reduce the cost of the extension modules.
The Mix 2 series is also interesting in terms of price. That's all.
A big benefit of the new bus coupler is that it supports KNX Data Secure. And this is very important, for example, in public buildings like trade fairs or in hotels, for example.
Okay, I know that IT systems can be hacked. But what about scenarios when a building is hacked?
Yeah, imagine during a concert, for example, or during a fair, the ventilation is switched off. Or, for example, in a hotel, there is no possibility to control the lighting or the room climate. And in this case, there is not only a risk for economic damage, but also a risk for image loss.
This sounds scary. You wouldn't wish that on any building operator. And can this horror scenario be reduced with our Mix 2 actuators?
Yes, sure, but it is important that the system is designed and set up consequently secure. We have a nice recording from our colleague Elmar, which we'll link to you here.
Tino, you brought us something new. What surprise awaits us?
Yes, we have completely renewed our CHEOPS valve actuator. The new CHEOPS S KNX is a new valve actuator with a new chic design housing and with 8 mm valve lift and up to 220 Newton actuating force. And it comes also with an integrated temperature sensor. We have an integrated controller for heating and cooling, and we have 2 additional binary inputs which can be used to connect, for example, push button, window contact, or a presence detector.
And let's take a closer look. How easy is it to assemble the new CHEOPS?
Der Stellantrieb wird einfach auf den zuvor montierten Ventiladapter aufgesteckt und verriegelt. Die beiden meistverwendeten Ventiladapter liegen dem Gerät bei. Zur Demontage wird übrigens Werkzeug benötigt. Saboteure und Langfinger haben hier kaum eine Chance.
Which brings us back to data security. All our new components from Theben supports KNX Data Secure. The CHEOPS also?
Of course, yes. Also, the CHEOPS S KNX supports secure communication following KNX Data Secure standard and protect the complete system from manipulation.
Tino, what's new in the LUXORliving Smart Home System?
There is a new motion detector available. The motion detector is designed for wall mounting, and with the motion detector we have the possibility to control the lighting in stairwells, corridors, or for example toilet rooms individually and automatically depending to motion and to brightness. And with accessories there is also the possibility to include the motion detector in the most common switch ranges, and this device is also available in our KNX portfolio as theMura KNX.
Let's stay with the subject of light. I heard that LUXORliving now also offers RGB light control. Colored light for accent lighting?
Yes, that's right. Another new product for the smart home system LUXORliving is a DALI broadcast actuator. The 4-channel actuator gives the possibility to control up to 30 DALI control gears per channel and to control them in color and color temperature according to DALI device type 8. Thanks to the broadcast communication, the commissioning and also the maintenance is very easy as there is no need for addressing or grouping of the DALI control gears.
Sounds good. What else is new about LUXORliving?
Also for our smart home system LUXORliving, we have the new radio controlled actuators. So this is a nice possibility to extend, for example, an existing system with radio controlled devices, and we have also the possibility to connect to binary inputs of the device, conventional push buttons or motion detector or window contact or whatever. And sure, also the communication with the radio actuators is secured in the LUXORliving smart home system. It is encrypted, so which means there is no chance for any manipulation.
Thank you very much, Tino, for this great news. So, now we are on the end. Thanks, Tino. Thanks to you, to the audience. Thank you very much for your time and the interest for the news from Theben. We hope that you will use the one or the other product and that you and your customers will be enthusiastic with them. You can get further information on our website or from the respective Theben partner in your country. Thank you very much.